motivated while you're at home is not that easy, because you wake up in the same environment and and you get motivated or demotivated. If it's like a very cluttered environment at home, maybe your room is very cluttered, then you kind of feel like, oh, it's just another day, right? I've had that feeling many times. So first things first, I'm going to tell you is declutter your environment. That basically means like declutter your room, declutter your home, and make it clean. And I was always pretty cluttered, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but I got married recently, and my wife, like, she's a kind of like a clean freak, and because of that, I have learned to clean, my home. Even the background that you see, I'm the one who cleaned it. So what I'm saying is, you get in the habit of doing that. It doesn't take that much time, and honestly, it doesn't take that much effort to. Initially, of course, you have to reprogram your mind into saying that, okay, you have to do it, because it's only going to help you. There's not a maid that's going to come in. No one else is going to do it for you. It's not your roommate's responsibility. It is your responsibility. So number one, declutter your environment. Second thing is, I got in the habit of like reading a lot of books. And I would highly recommend that you also get in that habit. It's not a waste of time. I think it's a good way to increase knowledge. And I feel like I work in tech. Okay, so I feel like we live in a digital world, and it doesn't make sense to actually have a paper copy of a book and read it, because that's kind of like old school. That's what my parents used to do. So if you're new into reading books, like, get yourself a Kindle Scribe. I think it's a really good gadget. You can read a lot of books on it. And you can also take notes. Speaking of notes, the other thing that I want to recommend you is write things down. What you're going to accomplish in a day. Like, okay, if you're going to work on a certain project, maybe your boss has asked you to work on a certain project, write how much progress you anticipate you're going to do in that day, and in what time frame. Is it going to be in the morning? Is it going to be in the afternoon? Is it going to be in the evening? Okay, so kind of like attach the productivity and the time frame in which you expect it to happen. Write it down. And second, like for breakfast, okay, get your breakfast out of the way, get your coffee out of the way. If you don't eat breakfast, that's fine. If you eat protein bars, that's what I do. So for breakfast, like, I'm also going to talk about like cooking, because like if you're working from home, I know, like, putting food in my stomach, in my belly, it's one of the areas where I feel I lose my productivity. So first of all, don't look at it like that. Think about it that yes, you do need to feed yourself. It is your responsibility again. Number one, I can share my plan with you. I go light on the breakfast. I drink a lot of coffee in the morning, drip coffee. I got a machine. Second, I usually eat a protein bar which I bought from like Costco. I got a good deal on that. Or maybe a protein shake. So a protein shake or a protein bar, and that gets me through like 1 p.m. And around 1 p.m. I actually take a break and I make myself an omelette. I usually do 4 eggs with just enough protein. And then somewhere around 5 o'clock, like I do my work, and around 5 o'clock I make time for workout. So I know I'm like talking about like workout here, and before I was talking about work. I'm going to get back to work, but workout is also very important. So if you want to stay productive, you have to stay active. Okay, we live in a world of distractions. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, everything, all the apps, they're nothing but distractions. They're not adding anything in your life as much, but they're going to take a lot of things away from your life. So my thing is, jot down what's your priority, and health should be your priority. You need to get active. More than like, I don't want to get abs. It's not about that. It's about you getting active. The more active you get, the more productive you will feel, the more confident you will get. So definitely take out 45 minutes of workout. You can do the workout at home. You can do it at a gym. You can go for a walk. Maybe go out with a friend and do some activity together. Anything is fine, but you need to get that thing. So definitely don't go heavy on the food. Like, try to keep the food diet a little lean. Try to get a little try to be a little hungry throughout the day, because we are most productive when we are a little hungry. When you've like completely filled your stomach to its full potential, you can't work on a project. Everybody knows that, right? So have that little hunger in you. Make time for a workout. Now coming back to the work aspect. So what I do, I write down what I'm going to do in that day. Like work wise, I write down that this is the task that I'm going to do, and this is the time. So a trick that I apply is there are 24 hours in a day, and we consider like one day is 24 hours, right? I break a day in 2 days. So like my first day starts around 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m. And then after 4 p.m. I consider that my second day has started. So I always plan like things that this is what I'm going to accomplish in my day 1, and this is what I'm going to accomplish in my day 2. And this way I'm able to get more done in the same time frame, 24 hours. And you know, the major hack for being more productive is using more technology. I'm not gonna lie, okay? You want to be more productive, invest in technology. Okay, I'm not here to sell gadgets to you, but I bought an iPad and I bought a Kindle Scribe, I bought a MacBook, I bought all this stuff. I'm not filthy rich, okay? I don't have, I won't classify myself as rich by any means, but I'll tell you that I invested in technology because I knew that it's going to make me more productive. And it has. Like with an iPad, like, you know, sometimes I'm just like idling around, making myself a cup of coffee, and maybe I'm just like, you know, just reading a website, taking down some notes about some technology that I'm trying to learn. Like, I can speak from experience, like maybe, you know, cloud security is really big. So I was just like studying about cloud security these days. And I was doing that on my iPad, right? Because Kindle Scribe, you can't do that. You can't surf the web. So, you know, because when you do everything in front of a laptop, you feel like it kind of like sucks. I'm not going to lie. Sitting in front of a laptop feels kind of like old school. So doing everything portably while, you know, you're mobile makes it a lot more fun. Second, to be more productive, just play a little bit of music in the background. I actually do that. I actually am big into like beats and EDM music, and sometimes just chill. You know, I go to YouTube and search chill music, and the chill step that actually opens up, I actually use that. So have a little bit of music in the background, because I think, like, you know, that kind of like allows me to focus. So try that, but it shouldn't be like, you know, like screaming Metallica kind of music. Don't do that, but just a little touch of music. So yeah, I think that should do it. So here are my summary of all the tips that I'm sharing you. Number 1, declutter your environment. Declutter your room, declutter your home, because the more clutter it is, the more lethargic you'll feel. The negative energy of the environment will rub onto you. Second is eat light, don't eat heavy. Make time for workout. It's all gonna make you more productive. And buy into technology if you have the money. Otherwise, you can use paper and pen. But from my experience, it just got messy. So, you know, maybe buy a new Kindle or something and write down, you know, your notes, you know, what you're gonna do, and attach that to a particular time frame. Is it gonna be in day 1 or day 2? And speaking about day 1 and day 2, try to divide your one day, 24-hour times in your head. Like maybe from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. can be your day 1, where you do this kind of activity, and day 2 can be 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that can be where you are more responsible into the home stuff. Maybe that's when you're working out, right? And try to invest in iPad. Get in the habit of using an iPad. I was not big into tablets, but I was like, Karan, you know, you have to force yourself into working with an iPad, and it's going to make you more productive. And from experience, I can tell you, it makes me more productive. So wherever I go, it's kind of like I have a cloud of all this data, all this information with me, and that's kind of like my identity. So that's what these gadgets are going to do for you. So yeah, I mean, stay productive. Yeah, and play music in the background when you're doing something. It shouldn't be loud, it shouldn't be too low, but something that's just soothing, you know, so soothing for your mind to actually concentrate on something. So yeah, I mean, I hope this helps.